Hello, and welcome to day 18 of the Lockdown into Gratitude Challenge. Okay, so today's challenge is a little unique. We need to be today grateful for the negatives in us. Does it sound different or difficult to do? I don't know. So, challenge is a challenge. Today, we need to be grateful for our anger, our fear, our envy, our desire, whatever you call negatives, I don't know. Whatever you think are your negatives, we need to be grateful. You need to be grateful for that. Okay. I'm sure there is a question in your mind. Why? So, okay, I will give you two reasons. The first one is through a story. And the second one, you'll know when we reach the end. So the story goes like this. Once upon a time, in a mighty, mighty kingdom, there was a wise king, very wise king. And the entire kingdom was very happy with this king and used to adore the king. Once the king was traveling to some other, kingdom, meeting some other king, and the throne was empty. Suddenly, at the entrance of this great mighty kingdom, there appeared a large, fat, stinking, abusive, thorny monster. So this monster entered the kingdom, and the guards standing there, they were in shock. They'd never seen such a creature ever. They were like, who the hell? And they were just frozen in time. And so taking advantage of that, he kept walking into the kingdom, and in he went deeper and deeper till he reached the palace. And everybody was shocked, so nobody's doing anything. They didn't know what to do with this guy. Going near also is so stinky. So he kept moving, and right into the palace he went, and right into where the king used to sit, and then went and sat on the throne, and all dripping with dung and thorns and very abusive, but everybody was in shock. So they were just staring at each other. What's this going on? Is this for real? Well, so, then suddenly the entire kingdom and the palace staff and everyone, they realized what was happening. Our king is traveling, and this damn, dirty monster has sat on the throne, right? So they started hurling abuses back, and they took out their swords, and they took out their, whatever they had to threaten him that get down on our king's throne, otherwise we'll kill you right now. And the more they did this, the monster grew 2 inches in size. So every one threatening sentence increased the size of the monster by 2 inches. And so there were hundreds of people. They were all threatening and, with their swords and everything. And the monster kept growing and growing with every abuse, every statement that threatened him. And he became so big that people were like ants, and the swords were hardly visible. That big, went all over the palace. And so people now didn't know what to do. In the meanwhile, luckily, the wise king entered the palace, and he saw what was going on. He was watching for a little bit of time, and he realized. So what he did was, instead of telling anybody anything, he said, "Hey, you dear monster, are you okay? You came to our kingdom. Welcome to our kingdom." And he was like shocked. Up till now, everybody was threatening me and abusing me. Now, who's this? So the moment he heard that, he shrunk by 2 inches. So then the people around the king understood what this wise king was doing, and they anyway loved him and followed him. So everyone started saying some kind words to this monster, looking at looking at him shrink. So somebody said, "Can I get you a tea, sir? You've been traveling and you've come from so far, and you are our guest. Should I get you some tea?" Another man came and said, "Should I get you some, supper, something to eat? You must be tired." Another person said, "Can we, help you with anything? Can we do some massage?" So they kept asking him how they can serve him, because he's their guest. So with every kind word, the monster shrunk by 2 inches. And they went on and on, they got it. So they went on and on till the monster disappeared. So this is also again an old Buddhist story. Do you get that? The monster grew 2 inches when it was threatened, and it shrunk when a kind word was spoken. Now look at your anger or your fear. If somebody criticizes it, how do you feel? Does it reduce? So I remember I was very, angry in my childhood, angry young man, right? So people used to say, "Hey, what's this? This is not the right way to be." I used to get more angry because any criticism or any threatening sentence would, increase my anger, because the anger doesn't like to be criticized. None of the negative qualities can go until we accept them first, right? And the wise king was so wise. It was not about only saying kind words. It was about continuing to do so till the time the monster vanished. So what it says is, the more you accept unconditionally your negatives, the more you understand your negatives unconditionally, the more they will shrink. It's not for keeps. That's not what the story is saying. That be kind and let them stay. No. It's about being kind so that they go away. So that's one reason why we need to be grateful. If we are not grateful, we'll become a bad, big monster, and it'll never go away. And any effort we make will look like a needle in front of a giant monster. The second one is why we need to be grateful to our negatives is because our negatives have also protected us. You see, when I used to feel threatened, my anger used to protect me many times. Sometimes in like COVID situation right now, in this lockdown, fear helps because you stay inside your house. That's another reason. So the first reason, the negatives go away by unconditionally loving and accepting them first within you, right? And the second one, that with all these negatives since your childhood, they have supported you in some way or the other. So thinking of that, go back and think how sometimes your negative have saved you. Like right now, staying back home because we know what will happen. That's nothing less than fear in a way, right? Being cautious also comes out of the larger thing called fear. So these 2 points, think about them, lovingly accept yourself, and be grateful to even the negatives. And why am I talking like this? Because talking straight and in a formal manner and all that can be shunned sometimes as well, isn't it? Casual is okay. All right. Everything is okay. And that's the point today. What are we grateful for? Thank you.